What's up everyone, Mr. YouTube Gamer, giving you guys another classic Call of Duty commentary. Today we're playing Black Ops 1 because even though it's a 10-year-old game, Black Ops 1 is still a blast to play in 2020. I just love this game so much. I love it as much as I do now that I did back in its prime. It's that damn good. Even though the graphics are obviously old and they don't look nice, it still plays better than any Call of Duty game that I've ever played. And I played every single one of them, except for the ones on Nintendo DS, but I don't think those count. Yeah, it's crazy to think. Right now, I'm graduated from college. I'm no longer in school, and I started this shit. I started playing Call of Duty when I was in elementary school. I mean, how nuts is that? I've been a Call of Duty fan for more than half of my life. I'm 22 right now. I was 11 years old when I played my first Call of Duty, which was Modern Warfare 2. But I didn't really get into Call of Duty until Black Ops 1. I thought, as amazing as Modern Warfare 2 was, I just loved Black Ops 1 so much better. I thought the maps were better, the gunplay was better, just everything about Black Ops 1, in my opinion, was superior to Modern Warfare 2. So Black Ops 1 was definitely when I really started to become a serious fan of the Call of Duty series, because then I picked up the older Call of Duties. I played Call of Duty 4, I thought that game was pretty good. You know, I didn't get to experience it until 3 years after it was in its prime, so my opinion of the game would probably be different from people who played it for the first time back in 2007, because in 2007, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the original one, not the 2019 garbage, the original Modern Warfare was groundbreaking. It redefined first-person shooters. But, you know, you go and play Modern Warfare after you play Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 1. It seems kind of old in comparison. You don't kind of understand why that game was so big. But if it weren't for Call of Duty 4, we wouldn't have had the later Call of Duty games. But I don't know, I couldn't get into Call of Duty 4. I liked it, don't get me wrong, but it was just something I play every now and then. I was still mainly playing Black Ops 1. Then I picked up a copy of World at War, and I just fell in love with that game. I loved it. The campaign was fantastic. Not to say that Call of Duty 4's campaign wasn't also great, but the multiplayer for World at War, for some reason, I enjoyed it a lot more than Call of Duty 4. Maybe it was the World War II setting. I know a lot of people are tired of World War II, and they were kind of upset that after Modern Warfare, we went back to World War II, but I absolutely loved it. I would actually rank World at War as one of my all-time favorite Call of Duties, even though I didn't start playing it until about 3 years after it came out. I started playing it after Black Ops 1, so I played Black Ops 1 first, then I got World at War. So by the time I got into World at War, just like when I played Call of Duty 4, it was kind of getting old and people moved on to other Call of Duties, and you know, the newer Call of Duty games at that time, Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 2, they felt so much different. Even though Modern Warfare 2 was a sequel to COD 4, it just felt like a completely different game. Same thing with Black Ops 1. It was actually a sequel to World at War. If you pay attention to the story, Black Ops 1 makes a lot of references to World at War, but the multiplayer, it's completely different. So I was surprised to fall in love with World at War despite it feeling so different, but I guess it was the World War II setting and the amazing maps that World at War had that really got me into the game, even though it was an old game by the time I started playing it. But I just couldn't get into COD 4. I know a lot of people say COD 4 had a better multiplayer than World at War, but I just don't get that. I mean, I think Call of Duty 4 was amazing, but I think World at War had much better maps, and I also loved how gritty that game was compared to Call of Duty 4, how there were blood and guts all over the place. I was just so much more captivated by World at War than Call of Duty 4. And that's a common thing that I've noticed over time. As a longtime fan of the Call of Duty series, I've always preferred Treyarch over Infinity Ward. I think Infinity Ward, you know, their big thing is that they don't know how to make good maps. Okay, Modern Warfare 2 had a lot of good maps, but after that, it just went so downhill. Modern Warfare 3, oh my god, that game had so many shitty maps. And it was just a refresh of Modern Warfare 2, let's be honest. MW3, it was just a reskin of Modern Warfare 2, except it was more balanced and it was less overpowered. That's essentially what it was. That was it. It just felt so boring and so repetitive that I felt like I already experienced before in Modern Warfare 2. I'm like, Modern Warfare 3, like, that was a big thing that almost killed my interest in Call of Duty. I hated that game so much. But then Black Ops 2 came out, and I loved it. And unlike Infinity War, they didn't just refresh Black Ops 1 and call it a sequel. No, Black Ops 2 felt like a completely different game than Black Ops 1. You had a futuristic setting, you had a wide variety of different weapons that were not in Black Ops 1, and most of the weapons in Black Ops 1 did not return in Black Ops 2, so it was just a completely different experience. But Modern Warfare 2 to Modern Warfare 3, there really wasn't much of a difference, except Modern Warfare 3 was less fun than Modern Warfare 2. But Black Ops 2 felt so much different than Black Ops 1, but in a good way. It felt refreshing, it felt unique. And even though I would still say that Black Ops 1 was the better game, I would say by far Black Ops 2 was so much better than MW3. And if Black Ops 2 was a shitty game, I probably would have completely lost interest in the Call of Duty series, because then we had COD Ghosts. And oh my god, that game, we actually talked about it a couple of videos ago. That game had so many problems, and could have been a good game. The gunplay was nice, everything about the game was smooth, but the maps were so fucking terrible. But we already talked about Ghost the other day, so I'm not gonna go over that shit again. Even though Ghost wasn't a terrible game, it was nowhere close to the level of Black Ops 2, let's be real. Like, I'm sure most of us can agree on that. So I was starting to kind of lose interest in Call of Duty again, because Call of Duty Ghost just felt way too average to me. Like, it was a good game, I guess, but it wasn't a great game. Then we got Advanced Warfare. Sledgehammer was starting to make Call of Duty games, and I really didn't care much for Advanced Warfare either. But then we had Black Ops 3, and that game revitalized my interest in the COD series. I thought that game was amazing. If it weren't for the microtransactions, it would have been even better. But yeah, Black Ops 3 was just so smooth. I loved the maps. I loved everything about it, even the specialists. It was a nice change of pace from the usual COD formula, and it actually had an advanced movement system that didn't suck ass like Advanced Warfare. So I loved Black Ops 3, then Infinite Warfare came out, and I'm like, fuck this game, I don't want to play it. Even though, playing it years later, I'm like, this game actually wasn't as bad as people made it out to be, but still, it kind of felt like a poor man's bootleg Black Ops 3. I think that's the sentiment that most people had about Infinite Warfare. So my interest in COD started to die off again, and you see the common trend here. Whenever Infinity Ward releases a COD, I almost quit the series, but then when Treyarch makes a game, I get right back into it. And Black Ops 4 was a little dicey, because when that game came out, I'm like, fuck this game, I don't want to play it. I mean, it just didn't seem that interesting to me. I just didn't want to buy it, so I actually skipped COD that year, and then World War II, that was because that game was a train wreck. I'm like, Black Ops 4, I was gonna buy it, but then I saw all this shit about how Black Ops 4 has all these fucking microtransactions, and I also heard that the servers were terrible. Like, the game would just randomly crash, even on consoles, and it was just not a good experience. Kind of like World War II. The first few months of World War II were awful, but then they eventually fixed it, so I figured, okay, this game sucks right now, but it might turn into a good game, so I'll just wait on Black Ops 4. And when I played Black Ops 4? After Modern Warfare 2019, because I was excited for the new Modern Warfare, and when I played it, oh my god, Modern Warfare is the absolute worst Call of Duty game ever made. At least when we're talking about multiplayer, okay? Battle Royale, single player, that's separate. The multiplayer is the worst Call of Duty multiplayer ever. And I started to hate Call of Duty again. Then I played Black Ops 4, and I found myself playing Black Ops 4 more than Modern Warfare, even though I didn't think Black Ops 4 was great. Nowhere near Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 1. But it's just so much better than Modern Warfare. I don't care what anybody says. I know people don't like Black Ops 4. But compared to Modern Warfare, Black Ops 4 is a fucking masterpiece, because Modern Warfare is that fucking terrible. So even when Treyarch is at its very worst, as they were with Black Ops 4, they're still better on their worst day than Infinity Ward is on their best. And that's pretty sad. Infinity Ward hasn't been the same since 2010, when all the people in Infinity Ward left, and it was essentially a skeleton crew that was left behind after West and Zampella left to form Respawn Entertainment, and most of the Infinity Ward staff went with them. It's not the same Infinity Ward that we know and love. It's just not. But I always felt like, as amazing as Infinity Ward was, even back in the day, I thought Treyarch was always a step ahead of them, and they always produced better games. Even though the series was created by Infinity Ward, I just always thought that Treyarch provided the best Call of Duty experiences. I'm sure you guys can tell I'm trying so hard to stay interested in the COD series. I mean, most of the commentaries you see are from older Call of Duties, because I absolutely refuse to play Modern Warfare ever again. I uninstalled that shit a long time ago. I never want to play that game ever. It's so fucking terrible. And Black Ops 4 is just okay. I'm not really passionate about Black Ops 4, but I absolutely love Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 2, World at War. Those are the greatest Call of Duty games ever made. And I don't know if Black Ops Cold War could live up to those games, because they were just perfect Call of Duty games in my opinion. I don't know if they can ever outmatch those games. They could keep trying every year, but I don't know if they could ever do it. But if anyone can make a great COD, I think Treyarch can do it. I have zero faith in Infinity Ward. Sledgehammer is gone, so that's all I'm left with. If anybody can make a great Call of Duty game, it's Treyarch. I know Call of Duty Cold War is going to be so much better than Modern Warfare, even though I haven't been able to play it because they have an alpha on the PS4 only, and I'm not on PS4, so I can't play it. But based off what I've seen, it's already better than Modern Warfare 2019. But it's pretty hard to be a worse game than that pile of shit, so I guess that's not surprising. But to me, Treyarch has always had better map design, better gunplay, and an overall superior Call of Duty experience than what Infinity Ward has offered us over the years. And it's like a never-ending cycle. When I lose interest in the Call of Duty series, it's because Infinity Ward decided to make a shit game. And Treyarch is always what brings me back. But anyway, that's all I got for today. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below about who do you prefer, Treyarch or Infinity Ward? Who do you think is the better developer? I think, hands down, it's gotta be Treyarch, but I want to hear what you guys think in the comments. Thank you all for your continued support. I just hit 600 subs yesterday, so I really appreciate that. It means so much to me. You guys are the best. Definitely subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm trying to hit 1,000 before the end of the year. And if you enjoy the video, also be sure to leave a like, because that also helps the channel out. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.